Wake Up Albany. I'm Amanda Baskine.
I'm Annie Waslowski.
I'm John Diaz.
I'm Nelson Eusebius. Wake up, guys.
Today's March 9th, 2009.
Yes, it is, and we'll kick straight into birthdays. I like birthdays. I'm a birthday man, I guess. So first and foremost, Bow Wow, formerly known as Little Bow Wow. It's his birthday today. He's turning, I think he's a year older than us.
He's not so little anymore.
21.
I'm 21.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I forgot you're older.
22.
Also out there is the famous chess player Bobby Fischer. Anybody remember him?
No,
Nope.
he's a chess player.
Bobby Fischer was a famous chess player. He's probably the most famous chess player of all time. He became that famous. He was a child prodigy, but then he just went into like disappearance and didn't show for a while.
And
Also,
how old is he?
he's an old man. He's an old
100.
man. I don't know. He's not 100. He's probably like 75. And then also Emmanuel Lewis. Emmanuel Lewis was he's one of those child stars.
Yeah.
One of the child stars that remember that like he was a kid and he never got like old. He
He's
just stayed-
still a kid.
Oh
he just stayed a kid.
yeah.
There's two of them. There's
You know Andy Milonakis has that problem too?
Yeah,
He's like,
Yeah.
he's a grown man.
We were watching Andy Milonakis this weekend. One of my friends has all the DVDs, and he's so creepy. He's so old, but he looks like he's 5.
He's so creepy.
Yeah, that's all the
He's
famous
funny, though.
birthdays out there. A friend of mine's birthday, Alex. Alex, happy birthday. Turn
Birthday,
21.
Alex.
Happy birthday, Alex.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Alex.
Thank you. Happy birthday. That's about it. Those are the birthdays.
Well, in campus news, on Saturday, the 7th-seeded Great Danes beat the 2nd-seeded UVMs. Vermont is that what they're?
Vermont Catamounts.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
In the American East Conference, in the quarterfinal rounds at the Sefco Arena in overtime.
Did you guys go?
Yeah.
I was in Vermont.
Did you go?
You were in Vermont? Oh, jeez.
Not supporting other
Guys,
teams or
yeah.
anything, but
I watched it on television, so I guess
Yeah.
it's better than you guys. Channel
was
3?
exciting, yeah.
Yeah. it was
You watched
really good.
yesterday's game?
No. I
Not-
didn't.
Not
I
as
did not.
exciting.
I was in the library all day. 3 midterms
yeah,
this week.
me too.
And
Me
so,
too.
yeah. Yesterday, University of Maryland, Baltimore County stopped UAlbany from advancing to the American East Conference, and the final score was 64 to 58. So
It was a good game, though.
That's pretty close.
You know what? It was a really good game. I mean, most of the game, Albany came back to be at least within 2. They never, I don't think they ever really tied it, but they always came back to be within 2, so it became exciting. It was like in the last 30 seconds that UMBC made it 64-58.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I never knew what UMBC standed for.
What
Anybody
does
know?
it?
What
I
does
do.
it
It's
stand for?
University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Baltimore County. But
Oh,
I
okay.
asked like
UM
50
system.
people, I was like, what does UMBC stand for? And
Did they
everybody was
not?
like, I don't know, they're just UMBC.
That's what my mom said on the phone when I told her. She's
She's
like, what does that stand for?
UMBC.
What is that?
But I finally found Google. Google knows everything. They Google
I
it.
love
Yeah.
I feel like Google is
everything.
challenging God to know everything.
I'm an Esker. I ex Jeeves.
Old school.
Really? That is
old
old
school.
I know.
Oh,
It
wow.
is. Well, on
What else?
more campus news, Purim. I'm saying that right?
Yeah.
Purim Carnival. It's a fraternity, right?
No,
What is it?
it's a Jewish holiday. It's a festival.
Oh,
Yeah.
because it says Latruga Purim. It sounded like a frat. Yeah, so it's in the campus ballroom. It's a carnival today from 7 to 10:30 p.m. and it's free. So everyone
Sounds
get
like
down.
fun.
Then on Tuesday, March 10th, from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., Salsa 102, New York City style, in the Dutch Quad Penthouse. You can learn how to dance salsa from a New York City dance teacher for free. So that's pretty cool. Wednesday, March 11th. What is it? Antigone? Antigone. I know, I keep butchering it. It's the main theater. It's a play. It's a Greek tragedy. So,
Antigone is a play part of written, I believe, by Plato.
Plato.
I think so. Yeah, I just read the book.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
I just read the book. Maybe I should know. It's part of a trilogy. And there goes the camera. We're back. It's part of a trilogy. It's the last part of the trilogy. Second part of the trilogy. I'm doing good in the class too.
Sounds like it.
well, it's $12.
So you're really interested in that book.
It's $12 for the general public and $10 for students, seniors, and faculty and staff. So yeah, that's March 11th at 8 p.m. Then, this is my favorite, on Thursday, March 12th, 9 to 3, Girl Scout cookie sale.
So
Campus
good.
Center
Girl Scout
Ballroom.
cookies are so
$3.50 a
good.
box, not that expensive. It's a college budget. So then Friday, March 13th, from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., the State Quad presents Mr. and Mrs. Olympia Challenge. So you can get in shape for Fountain Day. That's from 8 to 9 in State Quad Penthouse.
Do we know when Fountain Day is this year? ATV.
I don't
Sometime in
know.
April,
Yeah,
right?
April.
Like
I
And
can't
it-
wait.
in
Last
April.
week was second to last week. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be nice
I'm
out.
so excited.
it's time to start going to the gym.
Right?
When I was a freshman, it was, I want to say 94 degrees, 94, 97, somewhere in between there. It was gorgeous.
Oh
It
my
was
god, you're so lucky.
unreal. It,
I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, but Fountain Day is the best day of the year.
Founday's
No,
the
it
best
is.
day of my
I
life.
feel like it is. Like,
so much
I used to
fun.
like my birthday, I used to like Christmas, but
But nobody will
just
really
nothing
understand
compares
and
to Fountain Day.
experience it too.
I always have trouble explaining to my friends from home what Fountain Day is.
I know.
That
We're like,
is
oh,
something
I guess
do.
we'll go in the fountain and
We all just
dance
jump
and
in the
hang out
fountain,
and
it turns
play
back
with
on.
beach balls.
they kind of laugh at you, right?
Oh yeah, it's hard to explain it.
It's so much fun though.
But forget everybody else that's not from Albany. Fountain Day's coming up.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Another campus news story. Early Saturday morning, a UAlbany student was robbed at gunpoint near Alumni Quad on Western Ave. The student was walking west on Western Ave around 2 a.m. when two men approached him near Partridge Street. And one of the suspects displayed a handgun and both men took the student's money and cell phone. He wasn't hurt, but just another case of
Why
Robbery
do people walk
downtown.
alone?
I-
Like
you're
they
just
say it all the
asking for
time.
trouble.
Yeah.
It's-
Don't walk alone. Just don't do it.
Read your campus safety
Yeah.
notices.
Well, as
walk
it gets
3 at a
warmer,
time.
more crime because more people are outside. So
Yeah, you're
just
right.
to be vigilant
Expect it.
now that it's spring, everyone buddy up.
What is the buddy system?
It was daylight savings. Speaking of spring, this
Oh.
weekend.
Spring
So,
ahead.
Spring ahead. So hopefully you guys are all up in time for class. Realize
Yeah,
that
make
we
sure
have-
you're in.
Yeah.
Clocks are set forward.
It's 9:30, not 10:30. Wait, no, it's 9:30, not
Not
10:30. 8:30.
8:30. It's not 8:30.
Yeah,
It's
9:30.
9:30.
There
It
you
feels
go.
like 8:30
It
though.
does feel 8:30.
Take some time to adjust to that.
And in national news, President Obama is going to announce today that he's overturning President Bush's policy regarding embryonic stem cells. In August 2001, Bush had limited the amount of taxpayer money that would be put towards stem cell research to a small number of stem cell lines, and stem cell lines are like groups of cells. And the drawback was that hundreds of healthier and better lines have been grown since 2001, and they were unable to be used by researchers because of the limit on federal dollars. These lines would be extremely helpful in creating cures for various diseases. Bush and his supporters claim that they put this limit on taxpayer money because they were defending human life. Additionally, Obama plans to announce that science, not political ideology, is going to be the driving force in his administration. This action is going to fulfill the campaign promise that science is going to be protected from political interference. He plans on doing this by reversing Bush's limits on the federally funded stem cell research through the National Institute of Health. He also plans to put in place some sort of protection plan through the Office of Science and Technology Policy. And Obama's facing a lot of criticism for this, especially from House Representative Eric Cantor, who's the #2 Republican in the House, and stated that our federal government should be trying to help the economy and not focus so much on stem cell research. And this research could treat and maybe even one day cure diseases such as like diabetes, various forms of paralysis, and maybe even Parkinson's disease or Alzheimer's. So the changes that he's going to sign at noon today aren't going to go into the specifics of what lines or groups of cells can be used, but it will allow scientists to apply for federal funds instead of relying on private donations.
I think it's great that you're doing this. I like stem
Really
cell.
good.
I think so far.
This
It's
is hope for
really
the
good.
future. But it's going to be
Yeah.
a really controversial issue either
Everything,
way.
everything's so controversial. Right?
And a lot of support has been from Nancy Reagan, who is President Reagan's wife, and the late Christopher Reeve. So a lot of support for this. A lot of not support for it.
You know what I saw, speaking of Alzheimer's, do you know that fatty foods and salty foods are bad for your memory? I saw that on AOL the other day. I just thought that was a fun
Didn't
little
ask
fact.
Cheese about that
I didn't ask Cheese, saw it on AOL. So I guess stay away from fatty foods too, also.
Another story relating to President Obama is that the unemployment rate has already reached the average rate that the White House projected for the whole year. Just like Ashley said in the previous story, people believe that the government should be focusing on stabilization of financial firms. The president's stimulus plan aims to create over 3.5 million jobs in the U.S., but we have already lost 4.4 million jobs since the recession began in December 2007. So the recession is deeper than the Obama administration forecast, and additional measures may need to be maybe needed to restart the group.
Well, what were you gonna say?
Sorry.
Go for it.
I'm sure we're all feeling the effects of this, and I know I'm having a really hard time finding a job.
Well, there's
Summer internships. Yeah.
summer,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's hard.
Well, we have 10 top companies hiring this week, actually, because of this. Number one is Sears. So, you guys, Sears are all over the place, so go
They
find
are.
it. Radio Shack's number two, followed by Aflac, AT&T, CVS, which I think is great for college students to get a nice part-time job at CVS.
There's a CVS like on every other
It's
Yeah.
right outside
Yeah,
campus,
so
right on
yeah.
Western.
Red Robin, which I don't know if they have that around here.
Is that a restaurant?
It's a restaurant, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, we have one, but I don't have any restaurants at home. That's weird.
So Red Robin, Coca-Cola, but like bottling operation factories. So if you have a bottling operation factory by you, they're hiring.
There's a lot of
Yeah, is
Are
that-
there really?
Yeah,
I
there's,
really wasn't
there's near us, well, Long Island, not too far from us, is one in Norway. There's a Pepsi one on Long Island. Pepsi's not there, but you just don't notice them because they're not fancy. They're not
Yeah, they just did it. Wells Fargo, which is a diversified financial service company. So I guess if you're, I don't know, fresh out of college, go to Wells Fargo. United Health Group is number 10, and number 9, and 10 is Quest Diagnostics. And we said they just take your
They
blood.
take your blood. Yeah, that type of
It's
stuff.
the
There's
world.
one near me, yeah.
It's the world's leading provider of diagnostic testing, information, and services that patients and doctors need to make better healthcare decisions.
Well, you
So-
know, some places are
Yeah,
hiring,
right?
so
I think I'm gonna
look
apply
out
to
for that.
CVS after the show.
Sears. I feel like every time I think of Sears, all I think of is the Brady Bunch. You know when they went to Sears?
No.
No.
Right.
You guys do all day, man.
Not much TV.
Yeah, I watched the Brady Bunch.
It's okay.
It's a classic show.
I respect that.
In other U.S. news, Steve, please say that during a church service, Pastor Fred Winters, the pastor of the First Baptist Church in Maryville, Illinois, was shot to death yesterday in front of about 150 parishioners. A little scary.
Yeah, I know.
The gunman was a 27-year-old man from Troy, Illinois, whose name has not been released by the police. After he shot the pastor, he pulled out a knife and stabbed himself and is now in critical condition. He also wounded 2 parishioners that I think they're still alive, but they're in critical condition as well. The motives for this,
They don't
No,
know.
no.
They
Yeah.
don't know.
It's like a kamikaze,
Yeah.
right? It's like kind of deal, like when you kill yourself after
Right.
you
He
kill
was
other-
27 years old, the attacker. And his-
27?
Yeah, he ended up stabbing, like pulling
yeah.
out the knife because
the gun jammed.
yeah, the gun jammed and
Stabbed himself.
yeah,
It's a
they
drastic
think
measure.
it's not confirmed yet, but they think he may have like actually stabbed himself.
That's what I saw.
Besides.
That's
Yeah,
what I read.
that's-
Yeah.
That's sad. That's really sad, especially in a church. Like, you never expect something like that to happen.
And nobody recognized him. So it was just like a random.
Random guy.
Mhm.
God, that's crazy. It's you're in church. You think that like
It's a lot
It's
of
really
things to expect.
scary.
well, you're
yeah.
praying and then all of a sudden, boom.
Apparently, the gunman entered the church during the service and he walked straight up to the pulpit and had words with the pastor. He has words with the pastor. They're like,
Another tragic story. Sorry to be so
morbid.
depressing. In Northern Ireland, 2 British soldiers were wounded and 4 other people were hurt at an attempted mass murder. Let's see. The attacks were made on British troops as they were having pizza delivered to their base. And the suspects are believed to be dissident Republicans who refused to join the Republican Army in supporting the Northern Ireland peace process. So, I mean, it's crazy that there's soldiers fighting in Afghanistan against terrorism, but there's violence going on between their own people in Ireland.
I'll,
you better watch out.
I'll be there in 2 weeks. I'm going to take a trip to Ireland with my family, and but it's not happening.
Just don't order any pizzas.
Yeah, right?
Another sad story out there. I guess it's not that sad compared to this stuff, but for all you Yankee fans, Alex Rodriguez will be out. I'm upset. I'm actually very upset. This is probably the worst
sad
thing
for
I've
Yankee
heard.
fans.
Sad for me. So I'm wearing Yankee colors right now. This is a very sad moment. He actually it was found that he had a torn labrum inside his hip. That's his hip right here, I guess. And he's gonna have to have a surgery. He's not gonna actually fix completely the whole thing that he needs to get fixed, but he's gonna do I guess they said kind of like a hybrid type of surgery thing. to help it out. He just recently had the cyst. He had the cyst drained out. A cyst was like a little bowl, I guess you could say. So he had that drained out, but he's gonna have to go through surgery. So he's gonna be out for about like 6 to 9 weeks. So they expect him to be back in May. Until then, they're gonna have this guy named Cody Ransom. He's kind of well, he's not really a rookie, but he's a side guy. He's playing third base for the Yankees, but they're gonna miss him.
Did they say anything? They said something about the steroids too, right? How he said it's not
He's
related.
just been in the news so much.
No, I'm good. Let's stop talking about B-Rod steroids.
He actually has to have
You brought it up.
Yeah.
No, I brought up the surgery.
No, he said
He has to go for
something
second
that it's
surgery,
nothing
too.
related with
No, the doctor said that it's related to when you bat. A lot of times when you bat, you
Yeah.
rotate your hips a lot.
Well,
So,
yeah,
you know,
it has
that's
nothing
what
to do with the steroids.
so it has nothing to do with the steroids.
Yes, became
Just to
sensitive.
make that clear, it has nothing to do with the steroids. But Yankee fans, I feel your pain.
He has to undergo a second surgery
Yeah, because-
after the season,
Right.
so in the fall.
Because he's not completely
Yeah,
fixing,
it's not
so
gonna fix
he's
it.
gonna just put it to the side, I guess you could say.
But he needed surgery because had he not gotten it immediately, he would be out of the game till July because he would have to undergo like more rehab. So.
Right. So
I'm sure McDonald kisses boo-boo, so he'll be fine. Right? Did you guys hear about Michael Jackson, how he's coming back?
Actually, I read
performing in
something about
London?
that.
Yeah, and like apparently he's gonna try and start traveling the world. I don't even know. There's rumors that he's
Isn't he
gonna
broke?
start
Like, didn't
traveling.
he have to give up
Probably.
the Neverland?
Yeah, he had to give
Ranch?
up. Yeah.
Like, isn't
But you
he-
know what?
Well, that's why he's probably back.
As much
he
controversy
can't
as
work
there is
anyplace.
about Michael Jackson, a friend of mine, remember that he did those concerts in Madison Square Garden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of mine went to the concert. I guess it was in middle school, I guess, but that's not important. But he said it was like one of the best concerts he ever gone to. Like, he's still Michael
Michael
Jackson.
Jackson was,
I'm sure, yeah.
was really good back in the day before he became a king. He actually shot.
On the butt of every joke ever.
Yeah, right.
He actually filmed a music video in my hometown, or like
Really?
close to it. Yeah,
Really?
and I live in the middle of nowhere, so.
What video did
It was
you
like-
do?
I can't remember because it was a really long time ago, and we were like really little. It was like
Did
during
you
my
see
sister's
it?
era. No. But like we had to burn down the fields, and we like I live on like cow fields, so it was like really controversial that they're burning down a field for Michael Jackson's video.
My friend already looked up airfare from JFK. It's $900 to go to London. For when he's
Just to see
performing.
the concert?
Just to see the concert. She wants to go that bad. My friend from
I think everybody,
So, if you guys want to go?
everybody
London.
secretly is like a Michael Jackson fan. They won't admit it, but everybody secretly
You have to be. Who
puts
doesn't
on the
love
Thriller,
Yeah.
you know, and
Start dancing.
They're
Something
making a
moonwalk.
musical of Thriller
Yeah, they
on
are.
Broadway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how that's gonna work.
I'm sure it's gonna be really
I
I
popular.
don't
definitely see
understand how they're gonna make it like a full length. Like I know the video's pretty
Did
long.
you ever
but I
see the
don't know.
YouTube
Yeah.
video of the jail people doing
Yes,
Thriller?
yes, I
It's
have.
so funny. You never saw it?
It's
like
really good. You can go on
hundreds
YouTube
of,
right now.
Like, what, the jailbirds, right? I don't know, the jail guys.
Prisoners.
Prisoners? I don't know.
No, but they're not prison.
If you're in prison,
If you're
you're
in
a
prison,
They're
prisoner.
just incarcerated.
I don't know, but they're all in
It's
their
like too technical.
like their orange jumpsuits and they're dancing the Thriller. It's really
It's like a
fun.
choreographed.
Yeah.
Is it real or they just
No,
like
it's
the
real.
people in a prison?
It's
Oh,
real.
they're like real,
It's real.
prison people.
I mean, what else do you have to do when you're in
It's
prison?
like a- I guess like a
I would learn
Vietnam,
Thriller.
but-
I actually know some. We had to
Learn
dance
the
it once.
dance?
We had to dance it once for Halloween at
We're
a
gonna put you
football
on
game.
some
Cheerleading. No.
We have nothing to do in a couple of minutes. Guess
Yeah.
what?
We were not news.
Finishing up the
You're
show.
on it.
But they're Thriller. I'm glad to do it. No, not at all. What else? Oh, and other celebrity news. Chris Brown and Rihanna are back together. Wow, who would have expected?
Who knew?
They're all over the news. Wasn't this like a month ago now?
Yeah,
That all
it's-
this.
It's getting a little tiring.
Chris Brown, like, he got dropped from his two campaigns, Got Milk and Double Mint Gum, though, so. And some radio stations actually pulled his music. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Well, people have angry opinions regarding Rihanna's decision to stay by the man who allegedly abused her. She's also testifying against him in court.
And he said it's facing up to more than 4 years in prison.
So how are they going to
I
stay
don't think it's
together?
gonna happen.
Wait, I don't understand. Why would you testify in court against your significant other?
And
I
there's
guess
like,
she kind of has to. Maybe like the lawyers, like, I don't know.
I don't know who's crazier, him for staying with her or her for doing this.
there's,
How would you? Doesn't make any sense.
there's also rumors that he proposed to her at Diddy's mansion on her 21st birthday. But that wasn't confirmed, and I'm sure it's not
Chris
true.
Brown's so, he's dating a girl that's 2 years older. He's 19, she's 21.
He's really that young.
I'm just saying, that's really good for him.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm saying good for him. He's lucky.
She has a lot more money than him, I think.
Really?
So
So she's a sugar mama?
Sugar. And also in entertainment, the long-awaited release of the Warner Brothers film Watchmen, based on a graphic novel, led the box office this weekend, but did not reach the expected ticket sales. Watchmen had no major stars, but Hollywood hit Hollywood with $70.9 million for opening weekend.
So still beat out the Jonas Brothers, even though it didn't have
Well, they said that it was 2 hours and 45 minutes, so it's pretty long. And then with trailers in the beginning, it comes to a little bit over 3 hours. So
Oh,
they
wow.
said that it was really hard for, like, you know what I mean? You can't have so many prime time, like from 7 to 9 movies, you know what I mean?
Right.
To build. So they said it was pretty good for the time that movie was.
Did you guys see it?
I haven't
No,
saw
I
it.
didn't see it.
But
I haven't
they also said it made $5.5 million in IMAX theaters, which I think would be
Oh,
pretty cool. And there's
yeah.
one in Crossgates, right? There's an IMAX theater in Crossgates.
I think there's like
They
one
just-
I
theater.
think, yeah, there's
Yeah.
one. So I'd go check that out. Watchmen. It's like $14, right?
I know
Not
a
that
regular
much
movie is like $10.
Yeah.
Or 12.
Or IMAX more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they, yeah.
IMAX.
I don't know. They make me dizzy. I can't put IMAX.
The best
Oh,
IMAX,
yeah.
I don't know, I love them. The best IMAX I ever saw was over winter break. I went to a museum in Washington, D.C., and I saw the ocean. And it was the
Oh,
coolest
yeah.
I've ever seen. I'm with my niece and nephew, and they loved it. They were like touching the bubbles, and the jellyfish were coming at you. I was
Yeah.
scared myself. I don't know.
I actually saw Dark Knight in IMAX theater.
Oh, really?
That's exciting.
That
I
was
saw,
good.
I saw 300.
Yeah.
I saw 300. I felt like I was like a Spartan.
Yeah, you felt like you
It was the most exciting thing in my life, possibly.
And my IMAX experience does not live up to that. I guess I should go
Jellyfish.
the jellyfish, the sharks. So I guess not.
Well, they also said Watchmen is the top 10 rated R movies making that much money or something like that. Next, like The Matrix and there was one
Was it
more.
bad
It's rated
rated
R.
R?
No, I don't know.
It's PG-13.
PG-13. So yeah,
Really?
Watchmen's rated R. That's probably another reason why it only made 5.7 million.
Yeah, because
What
how
is
many
it
older
now?
people?
It's like a graphic. They're all like mortals.
It's
So
kind of
there's
like
one.
it's almost like you ever seen like the Justice League?
Yeah.
You know the famous guys
Yeah.
that they put together. Like,
I
it's
don't
not.
know.
I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
She knows what
Yeah,
I'm
she
talking
knows.
about.
I know.
It's almost like another version of the Justice League, you can kind of say.
But they're mortals, right? Aren't like
I don't
all
know
of
that.
them- what they're-
You know that.
I think
They're
so.
immortals.
I'm sorry. I think they're all mortals. That's what my roommate's obsessed and he's explaining to me.
I saw like the
There's the blue
previews
guy.
for it.
He's not a mortal.
I saw the previews for it, and like the main guy, you know how in Batman, The Dark Knight, he had a weird voice. He talked. The main guy had the same voice as him.
It wasn't him, though.
No, it wasn't him, but
It's
like
probably like a sound, like a.
I feel like they all have
Voice
all their
over.
superheroes have like the same weird raspy voice, man. It's really annoying.
Yeah, it is
You can't
annoying.
understand
Every
half the
single
things
time
they
we talk.
say.
Yeah.
So
Maybe we should all go see it together.
We're going on a double date.
No, they
yeah.
don't.
The
They don't
Charles.
pay for
The
dates.
Charles.
We're gonna have to wait till it comes
I'll
to
pay for
campus.
Watchmen. I'll be free. Yeah.
as long as it's not IMAX, that's an extra fee. I'm
That's
just
okay.
kidding.
Wow.
I'm just
cheese.
kidding. Just kidding.
So we know what you guys didn't do this weekend. Go on dates. You know.
No, there were no bases.
Very
Thanks for making me
I'm sorry.
feel
Yeah.
good.
Thanks for showing us
Rub
that
it in
we're
the
spot on television.
Just kidding,
Well, they don't leave
ladies.
campus. They take their lady friends to Chartwell.
If they're lucky, we'll take it.
Look,
We
it's a
also
good
like-
weekend, man. I could take somebody to see Antigone this week.
Yeah, you could. It's only $10 actually.
And we could go to the carnival.
Go to the carnival at
Tonight,
9 for
We
free.
win some prizes.
And you can even buy her some Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
That's a good date.
And
As
now
long
it's
as
like-
it can be
As long as I'm
week-long
not
date,
dating a
but-
Girl Scout, we're okay.
Well, did you guys hear about this campus grandpa? His name is Bruce Lindsay, and he left behind a tip officials at Vanguard University. He left them his fortune, pretty much. He made a lot of money on Wall Street, and he just left it all to the campus. It's a small Christian college in Orange County, and he ate daily at the cafeteria for decades, all his breakfast.
Aw,
So
that's
everyone
so
called him
cute.
Campus Grandpa, and he, can you imagine, like a nice little old man
Did he
eating
go
his
there,
breakfast?
or
No.
he just ate
He
there?
just
That's
lived by
so
close
sweet.
by and he went there every day.
You probably didn't have like much family then.
Yeah,
That's so nice though. Especially with the economy right now. I'm sure colleges or private school or small little private school get.
Imagine if you're like one of his grandkids and you found out that your grandfather had like millions and you gave it to a college.
I'd be a
right now,
little
yeah.
upset.
Well, the donation estimated to be at least several $1 million, and will likely help the school that is saddled with $42 million in debt.
Ooh.
Oh wow, so they really did
But
get
they
that.
needed
Needed
it,
money,
yeah.
so. Nice God.
For them.
Wish we had campus around.
Right?
I
Yeah,
kinda-
just
you know what that
grandmas,
reminds me
senior
of?
citizens out there.
It reminds me of the guy from Jones Beach. Do you ever meet him, Marty?
No.
The one time I went to Long Island.
Do you think that all Long Island just
No, because
right?
no,
It's pretty
he's
big
like a well
island.
known. He like lives on the beach. He's a definition of a beach bum. And I met him when I went to Long Island.
Is he a nice
He's,
guy?
he's probably lying to you.
No,
He's
Allie.
probably just
Without
kidding,
lying to
I
me. No, all right. Well, I'm just saying, there's people out there that are really nice and have no other lives, and he
I
goes
just
to the
hate-
beach
I
every
think-
day.
I just hate, you ever meet somebody from somewhere else? Like, I mean, somebody will meet me, I'm from Long Island, and they'll be like, oh, so do you know
I know.
John?
I
From Long
used to
Island?
do
I don't
that.
know where. I
I
don't know
used
his
to do
last
that.
name. He lives someplace in like East Meadow. It's like,
No,
oh, okay.
I'm from New
Like,
Jersey,
Yeah.
and I get every day. You're from New Jersey, isn't it a little dirty there? Every single day.
Isn't it?
No!
I live on the border.
Any-
Jersey has them.
Listen, guys, we need to go.
But,
But
yeah,
first
we
and
have to
foremost,
go.
listen, Joe Bonilla, a good friend of ours, our producer, he has a show coming up this week, After Hours.
After
It's
Hours
coming-
with Joe
it's coming
Bonilla.
out.
Definitely
Check
watch
it out.
it.
Check it out,
It's
check it
good.
out.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice
Have a
day.
great day,
Safe drive.
guys.